Disney donates $15 million to LA fire relief and rebuilding efforts. We know a little more about the sizes of the new Disney cruise ships, and we're going to be talking about the Festival of the Arts Foodie Guide. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 58 of the Diz Unlimited podcast, brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation when you book with them. It costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. This podcast is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, like our live Patreon post show that follows this broadcast, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. I am Rhino, and I am the executive producer here. And joining me for our Disney discussion today is she's a little under the weather today. So she's feeling, let's not be judgy about her appearance, but we have the one, the only, the incredibly thin Hannah Anderson. Hey, y'all. And then we have theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
How are you?
I'm doing better than Hannah over there.
We said we weren't going to comment on her body.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
welcome, Hannah. You're very quiet today.
I just cut to Teresa. She's not here either. There's Teresa's camera. Sorry. Yes, Hannah is a little under the weather, and she will not, unfortunately, be joining us today. Well, she is. And we're going to have an obnoxious amount of fun with that joke. But, before we get started, sorry. Chloe, I think that's for you.
Hello.
Why didn't the skeleton have a phone?
I don't know.
Because he had nobody to talk to.
Oh, wow. Well, he still has a body.
Yeah, you thought I was going to let that phone guy go. I'm not. Anyway, we have fun here. Anyway, Chloe, we got a lot of food to talk about. So I'm sure you and I are going to get real hungry real quick. So I would...
Don't you love how that massive foodie guide dropped the day after we recorded last week?
Literally. Yeah.
Literally, I feel like it's the biggest foodie guide for Festival of the Arts thus far.
Yeah.
Right?
Well... Yeah, I thought, because I went to go start making the slides and stuff for the show, and I was like, are you kidding me right now?
So many photos.
It was so many, and I'm just like, we got to eat. We got to eat something. So I'm just forewarning you now here at the top of the show, like Scar says to the hyenas, be prepared. Because you're going to go hungry. Grab a snack, come and hang out. Chloe, before we get started, I know that you wanted to pay a little bit of a... I keep saying before we get started. We have started.
Yeah.
I hate
before we get started on the food.
Yeah, before we get started on the food. We got some stuff to talk about, but you can see if you're watching this, you can see we have some little friends that join us here in the studio every week. And Chloe wanted to just say a little word.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was appropriate to wear this now old Animal Kingdom logo, because it seems like the new merchandise that's coming out is excluding our precious dragon from the Lost Beastly Kingdom, and now the Triceratops, because as we all know, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama closed this last Sunday. So Triceratops spin, Fossil Fun Games, a little photo booth that was not working. Was it working when you went on Sunday?
I actually forgot to look until after it was too late.
I went on Thursday and it was out of order, and I was really bummed. Anyways, and my favorite Disney World gift shop, Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, the most kitschy and quirky gift shop on property. I wrote an article about that on www.info.com if you'd like to bid it a farewell. Those are all now permanently closed as part of the first phase of the complete erasure of dinosaurs in Animal Kingdom. Not to be too dramatic, but I'm quite upset about it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I love dinosaurs or Universal's quippy, clapback that they had yesterday. We're like, we know a theme park down the road that has dinosaur attractions, and for that I'm very thankful. But I will really miss dinosaurs at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I know we have another year with Dinosaur, Restaurantosaurus. I recently met Chip and Dale in their Chipmunkosaurus pajama costumes. They are still safe in the Cretaceous Trail, so go meet them while you can this year. But yeah, I'm a little sad, guys. We're starting to say goodbye to dinosaurs in Animal Kingdom.
I know, but I think what's still open right now, I know you said Restaurantosaurus. I know that you said
Dinosaur, the Boneyard.
Well, listen, Hannah's favorite attraction, the Boneyard, will still be there for now.
Literally, she can't stop talking about it.
She can't.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know this is a big year for other theme parks to come visit, but, you know, if you love DinoLand, this is a great time to bid Dinosaur and the surrounding areas a farewell. So, book your Disney World vacation this year. Hey, you'll probably find me in DinoLand, I'm sure, because I'm going there as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, when I was there on Sunday, I was looking around and I was like, the real thing that's going to make me the saddest is I was just like, I really love that Cementosaurus. And I was like, could we like transport that over into Echo Lake so Gertie's less lonely?
Yes.
That's all
I know.
I'm saying.
Well, I know that there's a permit with the county for demolition, and the only thing I'm picturing is like some aerial shots of Chester and Hester's with a big
Cementosaurus,
a big wrecking ball hitting the Cementosaurus and like breaking her up. No, I literally,
Man,
and I'm like, are they
going
to make like pieces of the Cementosaurus pins? Like, how is this going down? Are we gonna?
Oh my God! Like they used to do
pick
like
up some
the
powdered
tires.
cement.
They used to do that with the tires at Lights Motors Action.
Yeah, they do it with
stuff,
anything that they close down that they know people want a piece of. So
I wish they had
I'm
made
sad.
like like I know they did the plush and I love the plush. I wish they had done like a physical, like a statuette, like a maquette or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a farewell dinosaur collection. I'm hoping they're
Girl, I got my.
come out with
I
something.
thought maybe on Sunday that something would have popped out or something like that. You know, the real tragedy to your favorite gift shop there, Chester and Hester's, that there was no dinosaur related merchandise for sale in there, and it just made no sense to me because I think a lot of people who maybe weren't going into dinosaur weren't even knowing there's a gift shop back there, and I think that would have done better. And I was even in there, and I was like, I know like the Lost Bros did a shirt that to the point where I was like, oh, that looks like a Disney shirt.
There's
And
some cool
I'm like,
bootlegs out there too. Because even the gift shop, the post-show gift shop of Dinosaur, there's very few dinosaur merchandise. It's like, what's the word? Like third-party dinosaur merchandise?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the little
like
like
the,
T-Rex, like vegetarian joking kind of dinosaur merch. I don't know. And like
we're gonna get T-Rexed.
yeah, or like Discovery Kids, you know, fossil finding kits. It's not official Disney dinosaur merchandise anymore. There's like a couple of rubber plushes and is it even a plush at that point if it's rubber? I don't know. And then there's like Time Rover, remote controlled Time Rovers.
I don't think
Get
we call
that.
them rubbers, so I'm not sure what
well, don't call it that. Yeah. And there's also a fun like there's also a like fun figurine set of all the dinosaurs that you see in probably the movie Dinosaur, but also the attraction. So there's a few key pieces left before everybody buys them up, but I'm hoping for like a designated farewell collection maybe one day.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have a lot more to talk about.
We do, and I'm going to bring it down here for a hot second and make it a little more somber. But before we move into our first topic, I just want to say that our hearts do go out to those that are affected by the fires that are continuing to rage in California. I know this is an incredibly difficult time. Remember, there are ways that you can help, from monetary donations, food, clothes, and don't forget about the animals that are all ending up in a lot of shelters out there. I've been trying to share resources on like my personal Instagram story. I know that seems so silly, but you never know who's going to see it, who needs to know where to go or something like that. I know some people have this sort of image of California and the areas that are being like ravaged by these fires as being very like glamorous and affluent neighborhoods, but which is partly true. But remember, a lot of these places still have people who have lived, like it's a generational home. It's a lot of like working class people and families, for lack of a better word, that inhabit that area, and they lost everything. And I just can't even. It's sort of that thing. It's almost like unfathomable in 2025 that you can think like you've lost the pictures of your grandmother that you'll never see again, and things like that, you know, family heirlooms and stuff like that. So I was thinking about, you know, I know a lot of times this comes up when tragedy happens, that Mr. Rogers said, if you look for the helpers, you'll know there's hope. I feel like his mother told him whenever he was scared, look for the helpers. You always see the helpers. And he said that if you look for the helpers, you'll know there's hope. So however you can figure a way to help, remember that you could be giving someone out there hope, just this little bit of a thing. So with that said, we're going to move into our first topic, which is the Walt Disney Company has announced a $15 million commitment to support immediate relief and rebuilding efforts following the devastating wildfires impacting thousands. I'm going to read the statement that they put out, and for those of you watching, I can put it up here so you can read it a little bit better yourself as well. Just excuse me for one moment while I pull this up here. Okay. The history of the Walt Disney Company is inextricably linked to the greater Los Angeles region, and the destruction from the devastating fires affecting thousands in our area is truly heartbreaking. Today, we are committing $15 million for initial and immediate response and rebuilding efforts. We'll be supporting vital organizations offering essential services on the ground, including the American Red Cross, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, and the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, among others. Additionally, we've been working around the clock to ensure the safety and well-being of our employees, many of whom have been impacted by these fires, and we intend to provide further resources to our Employee Relief Fund to help those facing hardship as a result of the crisis. Beyond critical relief efforts, we'll be working closely with the business community to find ways to support rebuilding efforts in the region. As this tragedy continues to unfold, the Walt Disney Company is committed to supporting our community and our employees, as well as work together to recover and rebuild from this unbelievable devastation, said Bob Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Walt Disney came to Los Angeles with little more than his limitless imagination, and it was here that he chose to make his home, pursue his dreams, and create extraordinary storytelling that means so much to so many people around the world. We're proud to provide assistance to this resilient and vibrant community in this moment of need. We want to express our overwhelming gratitude to the heroic firefighters and first responders from across this area and around the country whose unbelievable courage and professionalism have been a source of tremendous encouragement and pride this week. Likewise, we are grateful for the outstanding local responders at KABC and elsewhere who have been a vital resource to all. While the fires continue to rage and the full extent of the damage won't be understood for some time, our hearts are with everyone across Southern California who has been affected by the destructive fires, and we urge residents to remain vigilant and follow safety guidance from local officials. This community's strength is rooted in its people, and we are proud to be a part of it and offer our support. I don't think we had it necessarily written up. That's not a dig at anybody, but there is. I saw that Comcast Universal is also just said they were going to be donating money as well, and I just wanted to pop their statement on here too, because I think again, I don't know who's going to see it, and I just want to, if somebody out there happens to be listening to this or whatever, and maybe they don't know, I think it always is helpful. So Comcast NBC Universal today announced it's going to donate $10 million in cash to support Los Angeles area wildfire disaster relief and recovery efforts to assist local communities and families rebuilding. Comcast NBC Universal will provide $2.5 million in funding as an inaugural corporate partner to the Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles Rebuild LA initiative. In addition, contributions will be made to organizations working on the ground to provide short and long-term assistance, including the American Red Cross, Entertainment Industry, Foundation SoCal Fire Fund, Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, YMCA of Metropolitan, Los Angeles, among others. Brian L. Roberts, chairman and CEO of Comcast Corporation, said, "Our hearts go out to all who have been impacted by these devastating fires, including many in our Comcast NBC Universal family. We extend our deep appreciation to the first responders for their tireless and courageous efforts, and to our news teams, including NBC4 and KVEA, who are providing vital coverage during this time. We stand ready to support our employees and the broader Los Angeles community as we recover and rebuild from these tragic events." Comcast NBC Universal is also providing emergency financial funds in addition to health and welfare benefits, including access to temporary housing and hotels at discounted rates to employees who have been affected by the destruction of the wildfires. Through the Comcast NBC Universal Employee Disaster Assistance Fund, the company is providing grants to team members in need, as well as making a special company double match for employee donations made to the fund through the Comcast NBC Universal Matching Gift Program. So, also, if you are in that area, or if you have a vacation planned or anything like that, and you're wondering how this affects that, as of right now, It looks like both Universal Hollywood and Disneyland Resort are still operating. Universal was closed for like a couple of days last week, but I believe they reopened on Friday for their normal operation. I have some friends who've evacuated, like their family have evacuated and stuff, and so it's kind of scary because other friends are kind of realizing it now, and they're like, "Oh, do you have this person's address?" And I'm like, "Yes," but that was the scary part. Is like, I can't get anything to them.
Yeah.
Specifically, like, because they're not in their home, if their home is even there right now. And that was that's sort of the thing. But I always encourage people, like, I know it can be difficult financially for a lot of people, but there are other things you can do. Like if you've been thinking about cleaning out your closet or this old stuff, like there are a lot of clothing fund, because literally it's everything. So, different ways to help. I think about the animals. Because you got to think it's not just indoors that's burnt. Everything, it's like scorched earth. So there's a lot of shelters that need help and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
it's such a devastation, and I hope that things get better soon. It's nice to know that the companies are at least giving something.
Yeah.
Because it's especially optically to talk about this kind of stuff, and we still want to acknowledge the hard stuff that's going on out there too when it comes to anything. But these fires are really devastating, and everything's gone in a flash, so it's really scary.
So it's just just letting the information be out there, and as it is, and obviously we'll continue to update if things change, especially if it's obviously to help people and let people know about traveling needs and things like that. And because I, for one, am one of those people where I'm like, I don't want to be in the way. If I go somewhere and it's like I shouldn't be here, I'm like, I don't want to be here. Like, okay, so we are going to move out to sea. Man, I need to add another sound effect for a Disney horn, I think. But it'll be that. It'll be our mouth version of it. You and I will collaborate.
Sounds good.
You'll hit it on the keyboards, and then we'll get the harmony.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
we'll be there. Yeah. Sorry, Hannah, I didn't mean to upset you. Disney, according to an article in Sea Trade Cruise News. Oh wait, I did all these pictures today. Of the 4 new Disney Cruise Line ships arriving between 2027 and 2031, which does not sound like a real date in time.
I know.
I don't know about you.
We're already in 2025. I mean, when you first heard about Epic Universe opening this year, did 2025 seem that real?
I don't know why the 31 is bothering me, because then we're like deep into it. Like, I don't know. It sounds like
6
Maple
years
Leaf,
later.
where you're like, that's when Star Trek has. So we know one of those 4 new ships will be a Wish-class ship in 2027, and then the following 3 ships are going to have a 3,000 passenger capacity, and they're going to be in a new class. Before this new article was published, DCL hadn't really disclosed any details about the size or the class of the upcoming ship, but the 4th Wish-class ship, which can accommodate 4,000 passengers, like I said, is going to debut in 2027. So we're just we've got one coming out this year in 2025. We actually have 2 this year, don't we? Because isn't
The Adventure is next year, right? The
no,
big one.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, the
Destiny is
the
this
Asian
year.
one. Yeah, I thought they were both this year. I could be crazy. I usually am
Disney
crazy.
Adventure Cruise. Let me double check.
I'll let you. Yeah, you check my facts for me, baby.
Yes, starting December 2025.
That's what I thought. I
Singapore.
thought it was like the end of this year. When does the Destiny set sail? Is it also December?
I believe it is also December.
Jeez Louise! Wow, this fleet is just like.
Yeah. They're taking over the world.
Yeah. My goodness. So what's interesting though, is, like I said, this new class of ship, these like 3 additional ones, they're going to be 3,000 passengers, and they're going to be 2029, 2030, and 2031. It's going to be 20% larger than Disney Cruise Line's original, which were the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder, but smaller than the Dream and the Wish classes, and it will ultimately allow Disney Cruise Line to access more ports and destinations across the globe, bringing uniquely Disney experiences to more families and more places. It is interesting they're not going after they basically were like, we'll let Royal Caribbean and Virgin and whoever do those like mega ships, like the Oasis of the Seas, being these like really massive ships that I think they're after sort of the ports, being able to access more of the ports and things like that. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that size? Did you expect it to be smaller than the Wish?
The
Dream
and the Fantasy.
It's smaller
It's smaller than the Dream and the Fantasy, but larger than the Magic and the Wonder is the big topic of discussion.
Oh, it's smaller than those two too. Wait, so
Yeah.
are the Fantasy and the Wonder closer in size to the Wish then?
The Magic and the Wonder?
Sorry, I don't
You're
know.
fine.
There's too many
The
words.
Dream and the Fantasy, the Wish and the Treasure are a little bit bigger than the Dream and the Fantasy. A little bit. Maybe a lot of it. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
But interestingly, like in my personal comparison,
Yeah.
I find the inside of the Wish and the Treasure to feel about the same because they did cram a lot more venues inside the Wish and the Treasure that are on the Dream and the Fantasy, but in effect, it makes it feel like about the same size.
oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they're just a little bit bigger. So it being in between the Magic and the Wonder, which are the first two, those are the smallest ships, and the Dream and the Fantasy, it's like that medium-sized ship that they're building, which is kind of nice that they're not going all in on the mega ships because,
Yeah.
you know, they bought what is now the Disney Adventure from a mega cruise line company. So it's kind of nice to see that they're going back to like a more classic ocean liner approach. And I'm excited to see what's in store for them because we all know how much we love the Treasure.
Have you sailed on other cruise lines?
Just Royal Caribbean.
What was it? One of the smaller ships or was it the
One
big one?
smaller and one big one.
Okay, because I've done the same. I was like on one of their smallest ships
Yeah.
and then the larger ship. But
Yeah.
we did at the Diz. We did a Viking ship, a Viking cruise through Italy that was on. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what ship it was on, but it was their version of an ocean liner. But I think it didn't. It held like, I don't know. It was like 5 or 6 decks of a ship. It wasn't that big of a ship. Like
Yeah.
But it's interesting how the sort of cruising experience sort of starts to morph and evolve the size of the ship. You know, it sounds fairly obvious, but I want to point out, like, I felt like that the smaller, the intimate it gets, the more, don't I want to say the word classy it feels?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah.
It feels a little more concierge, a little more
Yeah.
like royalty or
Yeah.
something like that.
And it's easier to go places. I mean, I know those big ships have a lot of spaces for the passengers to occupy, but being on the Magic over this summer when we went to Lighthouse Point, all the spaces, and then even on the private island, like it's a lot easier to navigate around. I don't know, because you're not really competing with that many more people that are on the larger ship. So I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to both, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for them.
I was gonna say, I feel like what was really like jarring or interesting in the larger Royal Caribbean ship I was on, which I'm pretty sure it was Oasis of the Seas, is that like there's like a district, like a nightlife district, and it's like these are clubs that are open to like 5 a.m., but they'll be filled with people,
Yeah.
and I think that kind of draws in a larger sort of a crowd, and it kind of makes it. And it's exactly what you said. I think it just offers different, like there's the pros and the cons. Like, what are you looking to get out of that experience? Is it,
Right.
Are you looking for something a little more intimate, a little more quiet, a little more like family oriented or stuff like that? Not to say that Disney Cruise Line is like, because my friends have literally asked me this question. I don't have kids and I'm not married or anything like that. You know, is this for me? And I'm like, yeah.
If you like Disney, you're going to love a Disney cruise.
Well, if you're like Chloe and you like soft serve ice cream, yeah, it's for you.
Heck yeah.
What was how many cones did you end up getting
I
in
think
there?
I was at 11 or 12 after a
A
3-night.
day, not a ship.
No, that was total.
Okay.
For a 3-night, that's a lot for me. But once they had banana flavoring on the Castaway Key day and then they had blueberry the next day, I had trouble. Well, our stateroom also was
Right there, yeah.
a minute walk from the ice cream
Yeah.
counter. So
A dream.
yeah, I'm like sitting in the room typing and I'm like, you know what? I want another one. You know what? I want another one. Sure, why not?
There's something about it on a Disney Cruise Line too, where the soft serve doesn't feel as like it's like dense or heavy or as
It's so creamy.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, this is like a fourth of a regular ice cream.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
They don't really, they don't make it really tall either. It's like if they fill the cones and there's like a little topping. So it just feels better to eat 6 in a day. Why not?
Yeah, I think Hannah's favorite item on our cruise though was they actually had a really good barbecue area that offered some ribs. Stupid. Okay.
Hey, they did though, and we found
They
out
did.
that it's the food provided at Donald's Cantina, which is the Mexican walk up. No, not Mexican. Am I getting that right? Not Donald's Cantina. It's the barbecue.
No, yeah. I think Donald's is the one like on the side.
Yeah, that's the Mexican
the Tex-Mex.
Build your own bowl. Yeah. No, but there's a barbecue walk-up stand or walk-up counter within Mickey's Food Festival, and we found out that the food is provided by Four Rivers, which is an Orlando local dining establishment, barbecue dining establishment.
Good. Yeah.
Very, very good. So yeah, I feel like that's like a little benefit for those wish and treasure people that want some good Orlando barbecue.
I am also working on a video of like our experience on the treasure a little bit more. And spoiler alert, like we're going to be going, all of us here are going to be going on another Disney cruise in the near future. So some fun. If you out there are, I'm sure the Disney Cruise Line audience is going to be asking questions. I like to put this out here to just the. Are everybody's out here? Are there questions you have about a Disney cruise? Are there things you want to know about a Disney cruise? Are there things you want us to compare it to, contrast it to? I would love some of that feedback and things so that we can kind of cultivate our experience around what people want.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're here for.
And we should note that we're going on the Fantasy, so it's not one of the brand new ships, but it is newer.
Is it going to be a
Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cue the Mariah Carey. You don't have the tunes up?
Sorry, Mariah Carey can't come to the phone right now. It's January, Rhino.
It's January. Oh, she's in deep ice.
She's frozen in time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off for a dumb joke.
Fine. No, we're going on the Fantasy. I wanted to notate that. It's a newer ship, but it's not the Wish or the Treasure. So if you have any specific questions about that ship or anything about the experience, we want to kind of curate our content just for you guys. So feel free to ask any questions.
Okay, so let me finish what I was saying about the ships here. The 3 new ships are going to operate on various fuels like hydro-treated vegetable oil called HVO. I don't know why I did this with my hands. I'm like, here's a vegetable oil molecule. And renewable methanol with flexibility for future fuel innovations in the cruise industry. Disney says that the new ships will be among the lightest for their size. They're going to feature a streamlined hull, advanced power and propulsion systems, and energy-efficient operations to save fuel. The ships will have a battery system to support and supplement the main engines. While in port, they're going to be able to shut down their engines and use shore power. And I wonder if that's going to give them access to ports that we haven't seen them dock at before, or maybe they can get closer in some situations than others. Like I know in Alaska, there's certain ports that they can't get as close to because there was like some mudslides, for tendering and stuff. Thomas Maxlume, president of, that's definitely probably not how you say the name, president of New Experiences Portfolio and Disney Signature Experiences, said, as we expand our fleet, it is important that we continue to provide a variety of experiences for our guests. Families enjoy the diversity of vacations we offer, from our classic vessels to our Wish-class ships. At the same time, we are focused on implementing new technology and designs that align with our long-standing commitment to the environment. All right, that's enough. We're back to shore, everybody.
Land
how do you feel about, what'd you call me?
Land ho.
All right, how do you feel about talking about Disneyland for a hot second here?
Oh, I love to talk about Disneyland.
We'll also be there soon too.
We will.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I don't mean to be bragging or anything like that. I want people to know, so again they can.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the little kid in the old '90s commercial. We're too excited to sleep.
I want you to surprise me with a pizza in the shape of a Mickey head. Okay. Not to tell me anything, just surprise me with a pizza, unrelated to this conversation. Okay, so Disneyland and food. Or we're going to be talking about lots of food for the rest of the show. So this is your final warning. Get a snack now or forever hold your peace. So before we actually get into too much food, I did want to say that Disneyland Resort has confirmed that Haunted Mansion Holiday is going to be returning to Disneyland Park August 22nd through January 7th, 2026. There was a mistake on the website last week that led some people to believe that it won't be opening until November because they wrote the wrong date up there on their website, but it has been corrected. So we will have Haunted Mansion Holiday for the Halloween season again. So, all right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about food because we've got the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival returning to Disneyland Resort from February 28th to April 21st, 2025 with limited time menus, demos, and more. Disneyland Resort has unveiled the schedule of bookable experiences. Hold on. I didn't make these slides for no reason. These presentations feature a range of beverage options, formats, and expertise levels. There's wine, beer, and spirit enthusiasts that can enjoy beverage education seminars or mixology classes. It's perfect for an outing with friends or a relaxing break during a busy park day. It's important to note that the reservations are required and space is limited for these popular events. So I'm just going to run through what is offered really quick, but you can read more about the timing and pricing and all of that on www.info.com. So you've got beer and cider education and tasting seminars. You've got mixology education and cocktail making seminars. You've got wine education and tasting seminars. There's the Ethel M. chocolate and wine pairing. And then there's a mixology class at Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. That sounds really fun. Seasoned enthusiasts can indulge in premium experiences featuring curated or rare beverages paired with specialty crafted tastings. New this year, Hearthstone Lounge at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa is going to host a dinner and scotch event, and they're returning a walk on the Silverado Trail will also be happening there. Carthay Circle receptions also return, showcasing Carl Strauss Brewing Company and Duckhorn Vineyards. So, that sounds like, honestly, there's a lot of cool things. I'm not going to lie. The mixology class at Trader Sam's sounds like it'd be really cool. But, you know, it's a little bit, I know we did it on purpose, but it's hard because we're getting in like the day after the end of Lunar New Year and we're there like the 1 week before the thing. And I was like, I like festivals.
I know. I'm like, are you kidding me? By one day.
I know.
The food looks so good. I'm trying not to like look at the foodie guide and the fun character stuff.
Have you done food and wine at California Adventure before?
Food and wine I have.
Yeah.
That's when, remember we talked about, we had our lovely peanut butter marshmallow churro. Food and wine last year, they had a cannoli churro. Rhino.
Oh, God. That's your name all over it.
I've never
Chloe Cannoli churro.
I've never experienced a Disney snack like this in my life. I went back and I had 2 more, and it's one of those ones where
the cannoli one you had 2 more?
The cannoli churro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I ate 2 at a time. Yeah, they're really, really good. So I hope it comes back.
Was it filled?
No, so it was like the peanut butter one where they took a regular sized churro and they kind of like tear it in half. I don't know if it's torn or they make like 2 smaller ones. So it's 2 smaller churros, but they're still like a good length. And they put cannoli cream like over the top of them and then chocolate chips. So it was a little bit of both, you know. Don't look at me like that.
I was going to make a joke, but then you went into a different area where I was going to say, Chloe, you know when 2 churros love each other?
They make a little baby cannoli.
They make a little cannoli churro. We've got our churro queen, Chloe Cannoli.
Cannoli. I mean, I'll take both.
Yeah.
I love Disneyland churros. Like,
we should start making. I love an arts and crafts project, so I feel like we should start. You know, I know we said on the cruise we were going to do the cone count.
Yes.
I think we need to start making like crowns or sashes or something that we can have in honor, like in our shots or something like that. That are like, you know what I mean? Like something where it's like, okay, I'm going to get real serious about this because there's something on the table to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'm brainstorming. I'm brainstorming already.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, though, for this next cruise, we do need to have a cone count.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and I'm always worried I'm going to say a bad word. Thanks to Hannah. So,
wow, Hannah, you're so talkative today. I can't stand you.
Hey, Chloe, she's got a bone to pick with you.
Leave the weapon, take the cannoli churro. Yes, Maldito, exactly. I literally have a pin I got from the Academy Museum in LA because they had a Godfather exhibit, and it says "Leave the gun, take the cannoli," and I had to get that, so it's on my Mickey Mouse jacket.
Cute.
Anyways.
Okay. So here we go. It's going to get graphic now. Are you ready?
Oh, boy.
We're moving back over to the East Coast. Okay.
It's going to get graphic?
It's going to get graphic because I'm going to put up some graphics. I got scared for a second. I thought there was a bug on my computer because the mouse moved weird. I was like, there's a spider. Here we go. Foodie guide time. We're talking about
hey, that's my photo.
Yeah, the hills.
Colorful.
So Epcot's 2025 Festival of the Arts is running from January 17th through February 24th. Very short festival. Celebrates visual, musical, and culinary arts. And we finally have that foodie guide. So there is new offerings and returning favorites. And there's a part of me, I'm not even sure where to start. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the new stuff. But if I miss something that you want, that you want? Like, kind of just like stop me.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll just do it that way. Because I know I have there was 2 new food booths, and then a lot of the booths have like new stuff. But it was kind of, I felt like I went to the more interesting stuff. But Hurricane Hannah also sent me her list, didn't you? Thank you. It's going to be like weird pauses in this for the audio people. They're going to be like, I don't get it.
There's flash into the skeleton, okay?
Yeah. There's a bucket hat, skeleton wearing a bucket hat and a studio backlot tour t-shirt.
Catch this one on YouTube really quick just so you get the gag, and
Yeah.
then you can continue listening on podcast. Thank you.
I just like looking at it. Okay, so here we go. Throwing it up now, so I don't have to later. All right, so if you're watching this one is from Opening Bites. This is new this year, and it's going to feature. This is in Communicore Plaza, and I feel like they did the same sort of theme for this for Festival of the Holidays, where it was like festival favorites. Except for that one, I didn't recognize anything from years past, whereas this one I do. So this is like a new area this year, but they're going to offer that soft shell crab slider, which has been here before, the cheddar and chive scone with smoked salmon salad topped with creme fraiche and caviar, and then the enchanted rose, which is a milk chocolate rose with raspberry and a rose center. Those are all listed as new items, but I've definitely eaten that soft shell crab before. So there's a bunch of different beers over here. I feel like I'm not going to go through a lot of the beers because you know what? I was really disappointed with our with the Festival of the Arts beers this year.
Yeah,
you know? It's
yeah.
kind of a
I
bummer.
know there's like one booth that has a ton of Three Daughters
Yeah.
brewing company, but yeah.
Well,
Not a lot.
we've got another new booth right here, the Fictional Victuals. What are victuals?
Victuals or visuals?
It says on the website, it says victuals. Maybe it was supposed to say visuals, but it says Fictional Victuals. This is new. It's near the refreshment station. This looks fancy as all get out, and it looks like somebody got to Ursula and chopped her right up. There's squid ink pasta with lump crab, truffle cream, and shaved truffle.
So victual means it's archaic for food or provisions. So we learned something new today.
So this is make-believe food.
Thank you, farts.
Thank you, Fats. We've got charred octopus with crushed fingerling potatoes, calamata, olives, capers, and romesco sauce. And then the black cocoa brownie with ube ice cream, coral toule. Toula?
Tool?
Toi?
Tool?
I would like to buy them burger. And sponge cake over there. And then there's a bunch of different beers over here. And I mean, I'm going to bring out, it's not a beer, but there's a butterscotch milkshake. I don't know about you, but I have a real soft spot for butterscotch.
I mean, yeah. It's like, I do too. People call me a grandma because I like the Werther's hard caramels, those little butterscotch candies. I have those almost always in my purse. People think I'm a granny, but I'm proud of it.
There was a joke. I had like Parks and Recreation on in the background while I was doing this, and it's the episode where like Leslie has been put on, like she's not allowed at the office or whatever, and she's like bored, and Ben's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm doing something right now. I'm making up a new ingredient," and she's mixing the salt and the sugar, and she's like, "It's called Salgar," and he's like, "What could that possibly be good on?" And she goes, "Butterscotch pudding," and I was like, God, I want butterscotch pudding so bad while I was watching it. I'm like,
let's go get some butterbeer later.
No, for real, baby, for real. Okay, so obviously we also have, now it's just about remembering. So I don't want to move too far because Hannah sent me her favorites, and I believe, did she have the Figment waffle on her list?
Well, that's from Connections Cafe.
Yeah, and that has ube filling.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Ooh, baby.
Okay, ube. Coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Ube is like the hot item right now, isn't it?
And hot honey. I feel like everything's like ube and hot honey, and I'm here for it.
Okay, I don't think she actually did have this on here, so I have no idea why I added this. But
I mean, we got it on our list.
We added it because we had ube, so we're fine.
We're going to Starbucks and we're getting a leash waffle.
Leash waffle. Okay, deconstructed dishes back, and there's a lot of favorites over there, like the deconstructed BLT, the key lime pie. We have Figment's Inspiration Station. And that is, there's a new raspberry pastry tart. That's, the fancy Pop-Tart that kind of changes its flavor every year. That's where you're going to find the rainbow cake that has the freeze-dried Skittles on it. The Craftsman's Courtyard, which I do have a photo of right here, is on Hannah's list. And she wants the beef Wellington-inspired croissant supreme with cream spinach croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds. This does look pretty good. And there are some mussels. There's some bone marrow. Yuck over here as well. There is a coffee old-fashioned cocktail that sounds like it. I feel like it's going to lean more toward being like a espresso martini than anything else, but it's Joffrey's cold brew, simple syrup, orange bitters, and Kentucky bourbon. I feel like you can always tell what Hannah wants because if it looks extravagant as all get out, she's like, oh, that's a fillet on a little potato. Hannah wants it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about beef Wellington?
I've had a couple of. I got to be honest. I'm a recent beef eater again. I was when I was younger.
Like the gin? Sorry.
I was when I was younger, but I haven't had too much lately. And I tried a beef Wellington when we went on the Treasure, and I wasn't a huge fan. So I'm looking forward to trying different versions. You know?
Yeah. I don't. I'm weird about it because I feel like it is a lot of times the like go-to pass-around appetizer, and it always comes to me cold, and I'm like, I don't.
No, it needs to be warm, and there's a certain ratio that I always want more phyllo. I always want more pastry than there is on the plate. So I'm a tough one to please, I guess.
Oh, well, you heard it here first. We have, so there's the El Artista Hambriento, that it has a couple new, or it has a new drink, but ham. Chloe loves her ham.
And
Hannah, the hama. So over here, I believe I was asked to specifically put this on here because Hannah wants the croqueta, which is a chipotle chicken and chorizo croquette and a chipotle salsa with chipotle aioli, avocado mousse, and truffle oil. I mean, that sounds delish. But she wants the the drink over here, which is the Floridita, which is tequila, citrus juice, orange liqueur, and grapefruit soda with a hint of Aperol. And that actually sounds pretty good, honestly. And then hold on, I'm going. Let me get back over here to our. I wish there was a way. I'm going to say it every week. This program that we use, it makes the things so tiny, and there's no way to make them larger, so I can see it. I feel like I need to put like a magnifying glass on the computer screen so I can be like, okay. All right. So where were we? We did the Craftsman's Courtyard, the Artista, which only has like the new drink. The Painted Panda, that has a couple of new items over here. The new items are the Hargro, which is shrimp dumplings with a pumpkin puree and drizzle of chili oil. And then they have an egg tart, Hong Kong style egg custard tart. I kind of want that. I'm not going to lie. They've got a new strawberry boba tea over there. The Refreshment Outpost, that's got the cookie, the fancy cookie that I feel like they use in every one of the pictures. It's always like the, the brush.
It's literally just a chocolate chip cookie, but okay.
I know.
It's cute.
People love it for the gram.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that.
The Pastoral Palette in Germany, they have a new item, which is the pork and white bean cassoulet with Regensburger sausage and crispy pork rinds. Okay, are you ready for how I'm going to say this one?
Yeah.
Okay. La de Mangere. La de Mangere.
What are you looking at?
It's Italy, but it looks like it's a French
okay.
word.
Oh.
L'art de Mangerie.
I know it's almost like menagerie, but it's not.
Yeah.
L'art de manger. I don't know.
I'm
Italian. I'm going to butcher that. You woke me up and you summoned me because everything from here looks fantastic.
I know.
You're very
excited.
You know what I'm excited for the most.
The cannoli.
There are marshmallows sticking out of that cannoli.
I mean, listen, a hazelnut s'mores cannoli. So this is a cannoli
My mouth
shell
is watering.
dipped in chocolate and graham cracker, chocolate hazelnut cannoli cream, and toasted marshmallows.
Oh my god.
Oh my style.
I can't wait for Friday.
I kind of, honestly, I know it's just the sauces on it, but literally the tricolor, the cheese-filled ravioli with the pomodoro cream and pesto sauces.
A trio of ravioli? Fine art. And then I know it's all a presentation of the next one, but the mozzarella frita, it's just one piece of flash-fried fresh mozzarella, and then they use the same 4 sauces twice in each of the little color pot. But it's a cute little presentation, and it looks good. Cheese, and cannoli cheese. Sign me up. I will be in Italy. Please don't let me down this time.
listen.
And they got Prosecco. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. We lost her to the Italian booth. She's going to be yelling at people. It's fine.
Look at, they got a Mela Spritz, apple schnapps, Prosecco, and sparkling water.
Oh, that's new this year. Yeah, that actually sounds really good. Apple schnapps.
Okay.
I love an apple flavored drink.
Apple.
Apple. So listen, I think all three of us are excited. So we're probably going to have to get a lot of this because over at the artist table, this year there's a deviled egg trio that comes with pimento cheese, green goddess, and BLT. Okay, that sounds real good. There's a chicken. I don't know why they used the parentheses here. Pot pie, where I was like, okay. This is smoked cheddar Mornay sauce, roasted vegetables, pickled mushrooms, wasabi peas, and sherry chicken juice served open face on a flaky pie crust.
Well, because it's not an actual pot pie. It's like a pan pie.
I was like, is that not parsley in that
It looks
picture?
like a pizza.
Or whatever. So this, I feel like, should be at the deconstructed booth then.
Yeah, I don't know. Those deviled eggs, though.
Girl, we are getting 3 servings of those because there's no way we can cut one of these into 3 each time, so it's fine. There's also the hummingbird cake here, which I feel like we've kind of been a fan of in the past. And there's some good. I feel like there's beer that could draw me. There's the Lost Coast Brewery peanut butter chocolate milk stout. You know how much I love a peanut butter stout is on here, but I've had Lost Coast. You can buy that in the store here, so it's one of those where I'm not excited. The Wicked Weed Pineapple Daydream IPA, which is new this year, though, that is one of those where I'm like, that's on my beer list for sure. I have to point it out. We never stop here, but at the funnel cake, they always have the photo. Whoever is photographing these funnel cakes, bravo! You're doing the Lord's work.
It makes me think I want something that's bubblegum and cotton candy flavored.
It's cotton candy funnel cake topped with powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, pink, and purple sugar dusting, and the cotton candy crunch. Cotton candy crunch. That's the emphasis there. That's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of sugar.
I think I'm going to pass this time. I'll see what they got for Flower and Garden.
Yeah.
But the little funnel cake stand has some good funnel cake, and they have a special one for every festival.
I just love that little square of ice cream.
I know, it's so cute.
That's like that sort of thing. That's like a snack attack because the 3 of us could eat the one thing. You know what I mean?
We'll check background for Flower and Garden.
Yeah. I do see a question in the chat about hummingbird cake. If you have never been to Homecoming at Disney Springs, they have a hummingbird cake there, but the hummingbird cake is banana and pecan cake dipped in cream cheese icing with caramel sauce and warm pineapple compote. Now, the key wording here is dipped in cream cheese icing because we all know that the most superior flavor of icing is the cream cheese icing, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
So, anything that's the delivery method to get that into our bodies quicker, I'm here for it. Now, over in Japan, at the Goshiki booth, there's a bunch of new things here. There is the takoyaki, which I know you texted me about before I could even text you about. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is the flaky fish-shaped pastry filled with sweet red beans served with whipped topping and blueberry popping boba. Oh. I will always try takoyaki. Because
I love takoyaki.
Yeah.
Do you ever get it when you're in LA?
No. I know I should.
There's a lot of places that have it.
I know.
So I'm excited that Epcot has it again.
Do you know that at East End Market, there's a shop there that they do it, and it's like ice cream
There's
stuff?
ice cream.
I still haven't been, and I want to go so bad.
Let's
I
go.
miss the eggnog flavor.
Oh, no. East End Market is a great place if you have some extra time when you're in Orlando because they have the original Gideon's Cookies, and Domu, one of our favorite restaurants, and they also have, I forget the name of this place, but they do have takoyaki and ice cream that's served in like fish cones. It's really good.
There is a really cool bar upstairs as well. That's like,
what's it called?
It's called, there's a couple, but one called Neighbors. And
yes,
I think,
Neighbors.
And that one has like a lot of, they do the thing. It's very like Schitt's Creek, the
like
general store. Yeah. So it has like
artists,
food stuff. Yeah. A lot of, you can get
I can always find a cool gift there, like a souvenir. And they have a lot of like Florida branded things or Orlando branded things. So it's a great place to visit if you're visiting.
Yeah, for sure. So at the Japanese booth, there's still the Wagyu bun, which is a steamed bun filled with American Wagyu beef served with Japanese karashi mustard sauce and a violent shisho sauce. I just said violent, and I meant violent.
Violent shisho.
It is violent. It will karate chop you right in the mouth. I didn't mean to say karate chop, and now I regret my word of phrase there. But then, obviously, we have the favorite, the sushi donut. there's a yuzu IPA. This is on my list because this is new this year. No description, but I like yuzu. It's a very like almost like a Japanese lemon, and I really enjoyed that. There's an Okinawa lemonade. There is some sake, and there's a sake flight which has plum, yuzu, hayuganatsu, and sakuranbo cherry. That's new. But honestly, I love plum wine, and I love yuzu, so that might be...
Yeah.
We might have to add that to the list, too,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I like the little Mitsukoshi branded flight tray, too.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It is cute. It is cute. So cute. So cute. Okay. So then at the Tangerine Cafe, the flavors of Medina, there's some, there's this like, does this like avocado? So I'm guessing this is what's in the photo. I didn't put the photo in here.
This is the new custard tart there. It's gorgeous
Oh,
with that
so
little
pretty, yeah.
crystal sugar art.
Yeah, so that's an avocado coconut custard tart with pomegranate cream and henna-inspired gelée veil. Geely?
Jelly?
Starring Jennifer Lopez.
Gelée? Yeah, right. It looks good. I'm excited for that. And also, I just noticed Tangerine Cafe has pretty much had the same offerings for every festival. But honestly, it is some of the best dishes, and they're so valuable. Like, I get 2 of those grilled chicken kebabs, and it comes with garlic aioli. I ask for extra aioli on the side. And then the stone-baked Moroccan bread. It's just a good, like, Morocco's, in the middle of World Showcase. So if you haven't had too much around the world, it's just a good spot to just sit. And sometimes you can get a spot inside the AC. And they have some good options.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think we should review the Spice Road table at some point too.
Yeah,
I have that on my list because
You
also
get fireworks viewing.
Well, they used to. One of these booths, it was either here or Food and Wine. Maybe they still do it. They used to do the hummus like fries. Do you remember that?
Yes,
But they're like on the menu
they're
at the Spice Road table.
Yes,
Yeah,
those hummus fries were good. I think they're Flower and Garden usually. We'll have to.
they had a dip. They had like a something. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tzatziki
Listen,
sauce.
I love
Yeah.
Tzatziki sauce. Okay. There's a beer listed over here as being new, which is the Mango Mochi beer from Parish Brewing Company. I swear there was a mochi beer last year, and it was at the Outpost, and I remember not enjoying it. And I wonder if this is the same one or not. But
The chai tea mint mimosa sounds interesting too.
yeah, Twinings chai tea with Sprite and mint. Oh no, okay.
Key
you lost
lime
me.
sparkling. Where do you see Sprite? No. The one downwards, the alcoholic one.
Oh,
Twinings chai
okay.
tea with key lime sparkling wine and mint.
Okay, the sparkling wine will be less intrusive than the
Sprite,
Yeah, for sure.
Sprite.
I wish when they did the non-alcoholic beverages, sometimes they would do the sugar-free version of the sodas because sometimes it just becomes overwhelming with sugar.
Yeah.
It's just like too much.
Yeah.
So I did add, even though these are a lot of returning favorites of mine, of others, I think maybe some of these were on Hannah's list. Let me just check really quick. Yes, Hannah's got some things on here. She did a list of her. What's that, Hannah? What'd you say? Oh, okay. She said so her list was returning favorites and things that she had before and things that she had never had before. And some is new and some is old and some is and it was nice. I thought that was a good way to do it. So it's like it shows her priorities, I feel like. But if you have never been to the Vibrante and Vivito booth, the Encanto Casina, this is always like a lot of my favorite ones. The chorizo and potato empanada. This thing, love that. The spicy ajiaco soup with, I don't know how to say any of these words, so I'm not gonna.
You're doing your best.
That's a good one. I feel like in Dumb and Dumber. Tehe. It's a big one. Yeah, but there's this is one where I'm like, I feel like it's a solid, like the bet, like where you're like, okay, where are we gonna go? Because usually like the empanada is pretty big, but it's usually like $5 or something like that. It's not too expensive.
Everything looks delicious here. I can't wait. Everything's so vibrant and full of color, but it still doesn't look all like desserts. It looks like there's a good balance between some fresh and savory options too.
Yeah. Okay. Get ready to not understand a single sound I'm gonna make.
Here we go. Hey, I can try.
Okay, you're gonna try this one?
Okay. I don't know. Should I?
Okay, wait.
So, l'art de la cuisine, Francois.
Okay.
Francois?
So the C has the mark under it, and I went.
Isn't that how you say that?
L'art de la cuisine
Oh, I
française.
feel so white and uneducated.
Well, the French people, I think, are traditional.
I know, but I mean, look, we're going around the world here, okay? Like, I don't know any of this.
They're not
All
going to
right.
let you get any of the pastries over there because you can't say
no,
it. Yeah.
no, I can say pastry.
Okay, go ahead. Why don't
Boulangerie,
you
patisserie.
read me the first one that's new.
You're gonna make fun of me.
Yeah, 100%.
Petit verre de canard et voya sauce canard.
So duck, right? Yeah.
Puff pastry with duck, chicken, onions, mushrooms, cranberries, and duck sauce. That's new.
Okay, I'm going to read the third one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Creme de brie and petit pain. Warm creamy brie in a house-made bread bowl. Yes, please. And go ahead, read the third one.
Escargot and chocolat.
Chocolat. Oh, good one. Chocolate mousse, flourless cake, citrus coulis, almond chocolate coating, and dark chocolate decoration. Which, like, at first when I didn't put it together, these were snails. They kind of looked like frog legs or something. I was like, what are they supposed to be? They're snails.
I see it now. Okay.
Which is a little morbid.
Well, because the two are like, if
I
you're
know, they're like
listening, they're like,
dancing.
yeah, well, it looks like the frog took a nosedive into this
Yeah,
board.
that's
or
what I
something.
thought. I was like, is this supposed to be a joke on frog legs? They're like, oh no, snails. Okay.
Chocolate snails.
Chocolate snails. But there's no actual snails in the dessert. It's just a plain because they usually have escargot every food and wine.
Never mind then. I thought, okay, we got to try it if it's chocolate snails.
Oh
but
my God.
You've lost
Could you
me.
imagine?
You lost me. Sorry. The sadness that took over me.
It looks like they have a lot of returning drinks this year, which is, I mean, a given. France always blows it out of the water with their special martini offerings and martini. Am I thinking? Yes, frozen French martini. They've got an elderflower liqueur spritz. They have, of course, champagne and rosé. Pinot
I want to
Noir.
do. You just reminded me. I want to do a Diz Unlimited happy hour where we go to like Epcot and each one of us gets to pick one drink, but it can't be from the same place.
Okay.
And that's where I'm like, or maybe we like should pick a country and do that or something. Because I'm like, I want to know where the like fancy, classiest drink is that you can get.
Yeah. Well, we also had the idea. We could group that into the same day. We had the idea of like. Remember, like, we're going to enter the park and we don't know where anybody's going, but we go and find one random thing and come back.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And we all talk about the one thing that we love to get at Epcot.
The blind snack attack or
yes,
whatever?
from around the world.
Yeah,
So we got to,
the
like,
mystery.
run and, like, come back to, like, a central meeting spot. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, the tricky one was that it's like I'm gonna have to you two will have to film each other when you're not with me. Well, you'll have to film yourselves. I mean, not
Oh, I
each
thought
other.
we were going to, like, get the thing and then come back to
Yeah, but
talk
I
about it.
want you. Like, I want the confessional as you're going to get it, where you're like, oh, I'm so sneaky going to get
we
the
can
carrot
totally
cake
do that.
cookie.
I got my little
Yeah.
camera. We
Yeah.
can do that. Let's plan it.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. But.
Yeah.
So we have Gourmet Landscapes in Canada, which looks like it has a new item, the citrus braised beef tartare with golden beet egg yolk. Egg yolk is in parentheses again.
It's
because it's plant-based. Mustard vignette, pickled mustard seeds, pickled mushrooms, spiced pistachios, and feta snow. That's a lot of pickled stuff. I'm worried that that's gonna basically just taste like the brine or something. But there's also the returning classic, the wild mushroom risotto with aged Parmesan, truffle shavings, and the Zinfandel reduction. Excuse me. I
Looks good.
sent you the cut of this because they're over there. We love at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. They do the whole hog pumpkin ale, and I have never had a different beer from them. There's a whole hog raspberry Shiraz double rattler.
Oh,
So
I
we might
love
have
raspberry.
might have to do this one here.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And a frozen Scotch cocktail. That sounds like something maybe we could get handed to do.
Garnished with a chocolate nail. What does that mean?
Is it a literal nail that's made of
I
chocolate?
don't know.
It was there last year. I think it is an actual nail. But like, where does that come from?
I don't know. We're going to have to look into that. It has to be traditional in some way.
I do see in the chat the joke about Joey learning French on Friends. It's one of my favorite Phoebe moments is where she's like, "Je m'appelle Claude," and he goes like, "Flee, fla, flu, fla," and she's like, "Okay, so you're gonna do it slowly. Je, m'appelle Claude. Je m'appelle Claude. Flee, fla, flu, flu." She's like, "Well, it's just that you're not speaking French," and she yells. The refreshment outpost has that caprese poutine. I don't know how I feel about this, but it's one where I'm like, maybe I'd get this someday when we're there separate. I don't know that we need to get it in the video, right?
Maybe. It could be a snack attack.
Remember.
I don't know. I feel like I want that two separate things. I want a caprese, like the toppings, and then the fries on the side. You know?
I
Oh,
like
maybe
my
it could be
fries
good.
like I like my guys on the side.
On the side.
On the side. So we are being told in the chat that the Rusty Nail is the OG name of that cocktail. So I think that's why there's a there's a nail
gotcha.
in it.
But there's a chocolate
Yeah.
nail. That's fun.
Yeah. So there is a blood orange Cosmo over there. And then at Deco Delights, this is where you're going to find that I feel like this has been here since the beginning. The
literally.
Almond frangipane cake layered with raspberry jam and Belgian chocolate.
Do you remember this cake first
Yep, I
came
do.
about because of Main Street Electrical Parade, right?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it was like a Disneyland thing, and then they brought it over here for Festival of the Arts. I don't know why I'm getting.
I thought you were going to say, do you remember when you had to return the cake for me?
Return the what?
You and I, this is before you worked at the Diz, were there, and I got that cake. And
I did return
remember?
it for you.
Yeah, it was the first time I saw you go up and return something. You're like, no! You took it and walked up and you're like, this is frozen!
It
was.
It was frozen. It was not worth the price point. I do remember, though, you just reminded me, it was a good 5 years ago at Festival of the Arts at Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion. There was a peanut butter cake dessert that has never made its way back ever again.
Well, that makes me
Everything
sad.
about it was peanut butter. It was colorful also. Food dye, it was delicious though, and I wish it would come back. And I'm just now remembering that it's not on this list once again. So
Bummer.
Bring it
You
back.
know I love peanut butter.
Oh,
so,
I know you do.
Over at this, the Deco Delights actually has some interesting, like there's the vanilla bean ice cream beer. There's a strawberry shortcake hard cider. And then espresso martini, and then a milk stout with coconut. This one we are definitely going to do a snack attack of. Over at the Swirled Showcase. Is that the cake? Were you right? Was it Main Street Electrical Parade?
It looks similar, and it's not as abstract as the one at Festival of the Arts, but it is a similar looking cake that they had at Disneyland back in the day. So I apologize.
Well,
my
can't wait to
ADD
get
is
these
kicking in.
letters, these write-in letters now. Got
Talk
Chloe off
Chloe.
the show. She don't know her cakes.
Just shut up about cakes or cannolis. Get her off.
Go back to bakery school.
No.
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 Go back to that show we pulled you from, Two Broke Girls.
Oh my goodness.
They're trying to make a cupcake shop on that, right? I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't know. What do we?
You
what
want
are
to
we
know
on now?
that
What are we
Craig
on
and I
this
used to watch that all the time when we traveled together, and he hated it so much. So we would tell a joke, and then we go ba-da-da-da-da, bum bum, because that's any scene on that show has that music playing in between it.
That's great.
So I'd be like, "Oh, Chloe, you know what your name's rhymes with? Cake." Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Anyway, stupid joke.
Swirled Showcase.
Swirled Showcase.
Love that name.
Bubblegum soft serve in a cone over here, okay? So they also have Dole Whip in a cone. They have lemon, lime, and strawberry. And then there's this Imagination cone, which is a bubblegum soft serve in a lavender cone.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sparks of Imagination, I'm assuming that's sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
And white chocolate wings.
Oh, hello, Figment in a soft serve. What?
There's a candy trio flight over there, which has a lot of the Skittles pop freeze-dried candy, Dole Whip lime with chili lime seasoning, and Lifesavers gummies.
Okay.
And a strawberry with Starburst mini fruit chew. My God, that is so much sugar. But that seems like they were like color on color on color on color, and that kind of sounds.
I would like
not
to
gonna
try
lie,
the
sounds
liquid
good.
nitrogen mini cake pop. That looks like a nice little treat, and I love Disney's cake pops that aren't covered in like granule sugar.
I'm curious how,
So I wanna try
because
that
that's like a sponge cake, white chocolate ganache,
Yeah.
and colorful chocolate spots. I'm curious how the freeze drying, what it will do to the texture of a cake pop.
I think it's just gonna make it cold on the outside. I don't think it's gonna be too chilled on
Were
the
you
inside.
at the Toy Story event where they were doing the freeze dried
Yes,
cereal?
the cereal.
You told me, yeah. You
Yeah.
were like, go up and get the thing.
Oh, it was like a joke. It was like, oh, I can't work unless I've had my freeze dried bowl of cereal back in Pixar Place. It's like, who am I?
Who am I? Classy.
That was fun.
Pop Eats still has the classic tomato soup with the grilled cheese, and then the tomato soup with the pimento cheese, bacon, and fried green tomato grilled cheese. I know Hannah's got some stuff on her list. I think she wants something from over there. Unless I am slandering her name. Wait. Yeah, Pop Eats. Telemarketer calling me right now while I'm doing a show. Do they even know? She wants that. She wants those grilled cheeses. I put this in here just because it looked interesting or insane. The Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company this year, their new thing is the Color Craze Latte and Donut. It's espresso, Swiss chocolate syrup, dark chocolate sauce, and milk complemented with a frosty donut and whipped cream and topped with M&M's milk chocolate minis. And I was like, that big old donut.
I mean, if you're getting a coffee and a donut anyway, sure. That's just, wow.
Okay, I know it was a lot, but do you have things where you're like, I can't wait to get this? I know it's the cannoli.
Girl, yeah. I can't wait to go to Italy. I can't wait to go to Italy. I honestly, like, that little cake pop looks really good to me. I don't know, something about it. Okay, quick story time. When Storybook Circus just opened back in New Fantasyland, they have, I think they still have like a case line back there with confectionery treats. But I used to get a cake pop back there all the time before they started making them completely covered in sugar crystals, because I can't stand when a cake pop, which is already sweet enough, covered in frosting, another sugar layer, is covered in another layer of like actual sugar crystals, and it starts to hurt my teeth, honestly.
Well, I feel like you get away from the reason why you want it, which is the cake.
Right.
And you're like,
and the
no,
cake is good because it's like, it's like a super
undercooked.
moist.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Don't
super
you
dense.
dare use that word here.
I'm so sorry. I just realized my mistake as it came out. I apologize. It is a super dense.
Wow, look at Hannah. Look at the shock on Hannah's face right now.
She's dead. Oh my God, she's dead.
Dead tired.
Anyways, I used to get a cake pop back there all the time, but then they started making the granule sugar ones. And anytime I see them anywhere, they're usually covered in that sugar crystal. So this one looks good.
It's like, what can we do to do the absolute most?
Yeah. But I love how it's like, it's Festival of the Arts, so we're going to splatter with paint.
It's colorful.
It's creative now.
So you're going to pay 3 times as much.
No, I'm going to be honest. Also, I'm excited for Japan, the taiyaki.
Yeah.
And also the Figment Liege waffle from Connections with the ube filling. I'm excited to try that. However, Rhino, I love this festival, not for the food. I'm excited for all of the art.
Yeah, I
around
can't
the
wait.
Park. I can't wait to see what I'm going to unnecessarily buy for my room that does not need another thing on the wall.
I actually, last year, which might actually have been the first year, I got 2 art pieces. One, Craig and Kylie gifted me.
Yeah, the Goofy movie.
Yeah, which was like the rectangular one, and I love that because of the size, but all the characters are like really up close on it. Cute. I had babysit Rory for them, and that was they're like pay the babysitter, but I love it. And then I ended up right when the festival was ending, there was one of like, it's all Goofy movie, and I'm wearing a Goofy movie shirt. I like the movie. I don't know what to tell you. I got issues. So I've got a little power line back here behind me. There's one where it's like Max in his power line outfit, but he's on the stage with power line and he's like looking at him, and it was just, I don't know. I liked it and I bought it and I was like, I can't believe I bought art. Like, it was one of those like,
yeah.
So I'm with you though. I'm really excited for like walking around and just looking at the different art pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I find that even when you're not looking to buy something, sometimes it's just like about being inspired. Like I like to paint.
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
that you
Me
get
too.
crafty and paint and stuff too. And
yeah.
It's like, it's that kind of like, I feel like when it's in the air, it, it like gets down, it makes you feel like, ooh, I'm going to be creative.
Yes. And if you're local or if you're visiting often throughout the festival, I feel like there's different offerings throughout the duration of the fest. I think it was 2 festivals of the arts ago, I couldn't really find anything that I wanted to pick up. And not that I feel pressured to, but it was the last week of it. And I finally found, it's a teeny tiny little print. It's like, a little square of the Cake Castle by Larry Dotson.
Oh, cool.
Because I had previously seen that he did a couple of different versions of the castles, like, I don't know, the different iterations of the castles as they've gone through at Magic Kingdom here. But I just wanted the Cake Castle one, and finally they made it separately in a print. And one of my favorite pieces I've ever picked up at a festival. It's super cute and detailed. So, yeah, I would just suggest to like keep looking around, and even if you pick up like a postcard print or a smaller print, it's fun to commemorate the festival in that way, because a lot of these artists create exclusive pieces just for this festival too. So I'm looking forward to see what the theme is this year. And I have an inkling it's Winnie the Pooh. I feel like Winnie the Pooh is making a comeback
I've noticed
this year.
that too. There was a ton of Winnie the Pooh merchandise at Animal Kingdom the other day, and there's like a whole new collection and stuff, and they have those the
big heads,
yeah. And
I saw your photo of the
Tigger one. Yeah. I don't. I almost bought it. I got that sweatshirt doing this instead though.
That with the Winnie the Pooh plush backpack that you almost got at Disney.
It was there, and I was tempted again. Where I was like, "This is my toddler."
I know.
I'm so close to it, and I'm like, I do have a Powerline, a Max's Powerline plush backpack that I got.
Yeah, I remember.
From a shop that I haven't even taken it out of the mailer that it's in, and I was like waiting for the the moment to take him out. Maybe it'll be maybe it'll be this weekend. It won't be because I have to carry a camera and it won't fit inside of him. That was a weird sentence. Well, we also, Chloe kind of said it too. We got with festivals comes merchandise, and this one is no different. So we got a little sneak peek at some of the pass holder merchandise here, and it's fine. It's all right. I like the.
It's a little boring.
I like the design. I feel like this is what it's looked like the last year or two.
Yeah.
So it's a very that sort of flat image, the sort of cutesy minimalist sort of look, but it's like
it's still colorful.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it.
I like that it's a purple shirt, not black or a white shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Plum.
Yeah.
I would really like for Disney to I'm going to go on another rant here. This is what happens with just the two of us.
Buckle up, everyone. Yeah.
I feel like
what'd you say, Hannah? Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for the input. I feel like Disney keeps using both Figment and the Orange Bird for these Epcot festivals. And I just wish that they would go back and maybe spruce up what these characters, what they originally were mascots for. Because your average guest who's going to this festival and picking up festival merchandise might not particularly enjoy the current iteration of the Imagination attraction. And Orange Bird.
I'll raise my hand to that.
And the little Orange Bird, who is the mascot for Flower and Garden now, adorable, love him. He's a state of Florida icon. What he originally represented at Magic Kingdom was the citrus swirl, and that has been gone for close to a year now. So I would just like to poke around and wonder why neither of those things have been.
Can you please remind me to say something about the Orange Bird in the Patreon post show?
You got it.
Okay, because it's from an old commercial, but I want to make a joke about it.
Okay, you got it.
I've
got some Orange Bird lore myself too, so we'll talk about it later.
The Orange Bird. I'm sorry, I watched the episode where they're making the commercial about Bobby Newport. So yeah, there's that, and then obviously, like Chloe just said it, Figment has a new popcorn bucket sitting on a light bulb filled with rainbow popcorn.
How fun!
I don't like looking at it.
I don't. Yeah,
I'm not a Figment girly though.
No, it's a little, and there's like a little switch that you pull on, and it turns different colors. It's very creative.
It does.
I don't think they'll ever top the Imagination Pavilion popcorn bucket that they had last year, though. Did you see that?
I actually did end up getting that one because I liked how it could stay lit
retro
up.
Epcot,
and there are these battery packs that you can buy on Amazon that plug into or wherever. Sorry, into. They make the battery pack become a plug-in, so you can leave the popcorn bucket on and lit up. And I was like, ooh, little nighttime thing. Yeah.
That's fun.
So, yeah, I thought that one was fun. I liked it when it was just him, when it was the figurine of him, too. I liked that one. That one was
popular, as we know.
Well, yummy indeed.
Yes. I'm excited for this festival. It begins on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. Come say hello if you see us, even if it looks like we're busy. I feel like I get a lot of messages where they'll be like, you look like you're busy. And I'm like, please. We do this for anybody that's watching or listening, so please don't feel like you're ever bothering us or anything like that. Come up and say hello. When people say hello, I'm just gonna say it makes my day. It truly does.
No, same here.
9 times out of 10, it's usually to say something nice, and even if it's not, come up and tell us. I don't care. I like constructive criticism. I like feedback. I like all that stuff, and and it really is just it's sort of like. It feels to me like when a stranger compliments an outfit. It does that same sort of serotonin boost a little bit. So it's
share
nice.
A smile,
Yeah.
I think it's super sweet, too, because Hannah and I had that joke months ago at this point where we're like, no, everybody recognizes Rhino, but, we're the new faces and no one really recognizes us.
Could you take this picture?
Yeah. Yeah, but, everybody I've met now, they're like, and Chloe, we recognize you, too. And I'm like, thank you. It's really sweet.
My favorite is when they won't say anything.
Yeah.
That you go to take the picture. The picture's been taken, and then they go, oh, and Hannah, or and Chloe, and I'm like, ooh. I was like, why didn't you ask them to be in the picture if you knew who they were?
Yeah.
That's happened 1 or 2 times,
okay.
And that one makes me giggle. Somebody told me afterwards it was because they second guessed themselves on Hannah's name, and they were like, and when I said Hannah, they were like, that's what I knew it was, but they were like, I second guessed myself, and then I was too embarrassed to say anything.
Yeah,
that happened to us at Fort Wilderness, Hannah, and the person was so nice, and we laughed about it, and it's my favorite. Hannah, ha ha, you call us whatever you want, I don't care, just come and say hello.
Yeah.
I got a oh, from Attractions Magazine the other day. And I was like, mm-mm.
No.
I was like, okay.
We know them.
I'm too polite. I will literally pretend I'm somebody else if people think I am. I'll just be like, I don't want to make waves. Yeah.
Make waves, Rhino. Be a surfer.
Here's the thing, though. Remember, Hannah does look a little different than you remembered her. So for those of you listening, she's gotten a little gaunt in the face here. So
she's really liking the neon, too, I see.
Yeah, I think this is actually the outfit she told me before we got started she wanted to wear to Festival of the Arts on Friday. So, and I think now that we've said it on the air, she's contractually obligated to wear the Tiana's Bayou Adventure bucket hat accompanied with the neon yellow Hollywood Studios backlit tour. And okay, so
she's
Hannah,
doing great. You're
speak
doing
up
great,
now.
Hannah.
If you don't want to wear this on Friday, say it now. Otherwise, we are going to hold you to this. This is your outfit.
Oh, my God. Can we please?
Oh, God, it looks like she wants to wear it. Okay, perfect. Well, look for Hannah in that outfit on Friday. But anyway, I'm looking forward to Friday. It looks like the weather's going to be really nice. It's like right at that 67, which is right on that cusp of shorts. And that's where I thrive, I feel like. But before we go today, because I know it's running just a little bit long, I did want to bring up Dreams Unlimited Travel is offering you the chance to win a 4-night Disney Cruise Line vacation for 2 in a veranda stateroom, departing round trip from Port Canaveral, Florida. So this grand prize package includes, like I just said, that 4-night Disney Cruise Line vacation. It includes your cruise fare, port charges, and taxis for 2 passengers. Excuse me, not taxis, taxes for 2 passengers. Additional guests can be added for an additional charge based on the Disney Cruise Line pricing when booking up to the maximum stateroom capacity. This is valid for any 4-night sailing from and returning to Port Canaveral, Florida. And here's the best part about this. Proceeds from this sweepstakes, I cannot speak. Proceeds from this sweepstakes opportunity will make magical wishes come true for children with critical illnesses and their families at Give Kids the World's Village. So this is your chance to support Give Kids the World for a chance to win a Disney cruise. The cruise must be booked through Dreams Unlimited Travel, and the sailings must be completed by the end of this year, December 31st, 2025, subject to Disney Cruise Line availability. So this is not valid for holiday or peak season sail dates. The prize does not include airfare, transportation to or from the port, gratuities, shore excursions, or onboard charges, but I do think it's a fun thing to help benefit a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that is going to do it. If you want to learn more about that or anything we spoke about, I say that and then I always forget to add the links. The links will be in the description for this video. If you are watching this video and you are still with us here on YouTube, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you go. If you're listening to this, hey, happy you're here too. When you get an opportunity, if you want to rate and review the podcast, that would be absolutely wonderful. We'd also love some feedback on future discussion topics, things like that, things that we could better do to help you plan your Disney vacation. So if you've got questions, you're brand new, you're a novice or an expert, whatever it is, I think this year I'm going to think about us as investigative park goers. Like we're here, like we've got what am I doing here?
Duty.
Yeah, but what am I doing? 2 hats, 1 forward, 1 back. Who's that guy?
Party in the front, business in the back.
No, the thong of hats. Is that what a visor is?
No, a mullet. A business in the front, party in the back.
Not Indiana Jones.
Oh, I don't
Sherlock
know.
Holmes. We are the Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
This joke was real good.
Yeah. Went everywhere.
Yeah, so clearly, if me remembering the names of hats and characters is any indication, we are going to get you some top-notch answers.
Oh, we're going to do great.
Well, actually, we're going to leave that up to the experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel. So don't forget about them when booking your next Disney vacation. And if you are a Patreon supporter, stay tuned. We'll be doing our Patreon post show live in just a little bit here. Like I said, again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there. Hannah, thank you for really finding the courage to be here even when you're ill. I mean, it looks like you could probably recover. I mean, you're doing the best impersonation of Marv. No. Who's the other one in Home Alone? Marv and... Oh, no, goodness. This is Marv. Marv is the one I'm talking about, so it doesn't matter. In Home Alone 2, when he goes to turn on the... Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
No, we are watching the clip after this. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it, everybody. I'm not going to keep rambling and keep you here. We'll see Patreon supporters. We'll see you on the after show. Everybody else, we will see you next week with another episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast.
Goodbye.
Remember, be kind. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.